Pooh keeps fit. It was another cold day, and Pooh was doing what he always did in such weather. He was sitting in front of the fire, warming his feet while he ate his honey. There were already 4 empty honey jars on the floor beside him, and it wasn't even lunchtime yet. Pooh sighed and looked at his toes. The trouble was he couldn't actually see them. He could feel them when he wiggled them, so he knew they were there, but something was stopping him from seeing them. Said Pooh, and he walked over to the mirror and had a good look at himself in it. Well, at least they're still there, he said, somewhat relieved. Then Pooh turned sideways, and the truth dawned on him. He couldn't see his toes, because his tummy was sticking out so far. He was no longer just a stout bear, he was a very stout bear. Pooh looked at his remaining pots of honey and tried to decide whether or not he should have some lunch now, and if so, how much. "No," he said to himself firmly. "I'm putting on weight because I'm not getting enough exercise. I must have a little walk before lunch." So Pooh set off through the wood at a brisk trot, humming to himself so he wouldn't think about his lunch. Suddenly, he heard someone singing. "That sounds like Kanga," he said. He listened hard and heard music as well. It was coming from the direction of the sandpit where Roo did his jumping exercises. As Pooh hurried along to find out what was happening, he met Eeyore and Tigger, who were doing just the same thing, though Eeyore wasn't hurrying very fast. As they got nearer, they could see what was happening in the large sandpit. The music was coming from an old wind-up gramophone, and there, in a long line, were Roo and Rabbit and Piglet and half a dozen of Rabbit's friends and relations. And Kanga was in front of them all, showing them how to do something or other that looked difficult. The long line of Kanga's class began to move legs and hips and arms as Kanga started calling out in time to the music. 1, 2, 3, and raise that knee. 4, 5, 6, now pick up sticks. "Oh dear," sighed Eeyore as he joined Tigger and Pooh. "My tail would drop off if I tried to do any of that." "But what is it?" cried Tigger, just as Owl floated down beside them. Owl, who kept up with such things, knew, of course. "Kanga," said Owl, "has decided that we should do more exercise." "Exercise?" said Eeyore. "Is that what it is? I wouldn't have come here if I'd known. When I feel the urge to exercise, I have a good sleep until it goes away. I think that's what I'll do now." And Eeyore turned his back on the sandpit and wandered off. Owl, too, had seen enough. "I don't think I want to go in for Keep Fit either," he said to Tigger and Pooh, and he flew away. "Keep fit?" said Pooh in astonishment. "Whatever for?" But Tigger had already bounced away to join the end of the line and was exercising enthusiastically. Up bounced Tigger, down bounced Tigger, right on top of Piglet, who was sent sprawling. "Oh, this is marvellous fun!" cried Tigger. "Ouch!" squeaked Piglet. "Sorry, Piglet," cried Tigger, helping him up, then bouncing some more. "Sorry, Rabbit relations," he cried as he knocked a couple of them over. "It's quite all right, Tigger," they said, joining the line at the other end. "Oh, keeping fit is great fun, Pooh. Come and join us," called Tigger. Pooh thought about it. "Do bears keep fit?" he asked, looking doubtful. "If they want to," Rabbit answered. "And if they don't knock us over like Tigger," piped up a small rabbit relation. So Pooh joined the line, secretly hoping it might help him get slim. "Good for you, Pooh," cried Kanga, chanting. 7, 8, 9, and make a turn. Up to 10 and turn again." But after 2 or 3 minutes of moving his hips and legs and arms and turning them this way and that, Pooh was out of breath and funny feelings were coming from his stomach. "Don't stop," cried Kanga to the flagging Pooh. "It's doing you good when it hurts." "It is," said Pooh, who couldn't believe that Tigger thought this was fun. Just when Pooh thought he couldn't possibly keep fit for a second longer, Tigger bounced right on top of him and sent him crashing into Piglet. "Ouch!" cried Pooh, clutching his stomach. "Oh!" moaned Piglet, clutching his elbow. "Pardon?" said Tigger, quite unaware that he had caused the accident. "We said ouch and ooh," Pooh said, glaring at Tigger. Piglet lay on the ground, moaning, "My funny bone, ooh," while Rabbit called for Kanga. Piglet have hurt his funny bone, he informed her importantly. And Pooh have hurt his honey bone, said Pooh. I've had an accident to my honey bone, and he held his stomach. Yes, said Kanga knowingly. And what's the best treatment for a hurt honey bone, Pooh? Honey, Pooh answered firmly. That's the best treatment for a hurt honey bone. Rabbit looked doubtful. I don't see how it's going to help if you put honey all over your tummy, Pooh, he said. Pooh smiled. Well, you don't exactly put it on my tummy, he said, and paused. Yes, said Kanga again. You put it in my tummy. That's what you do, said Pooh. And so Tigger fetched a jar of honey for Pooh, who sat and ate it, looking very smug, while the others finished their exercise class. I expect, said Pooh wisely, that bears shouldn't try to keep fit. After all, if you can't see your toes, why bother to touch them?